How are you doing this morning? We are on the CGS Biblecast, and we're going to get right into the word here. I love this story today. We're talking about a showdown, okay? People are intrigued by exciting showdowns, like you got two celebrities, coming to showdown. You got political debates where there's a big showdown. You've got sports teams, your Super Bowl, your big sporting events. Two rivals are coming together for a showdown. Well, that's what's going on here in 1 Kings chapter 18. I love this story. Was this major showdown? Let's read about it. Okay, so you got Elijah. He's coming off of this, he's hiding out because he just told Ahab there's going to be this famine, this drought, and there was for 3 years. It's been going on, and this guy named Obadiah finds Elijah and is like, he basically gets him in touch with the Ahab again. And so Elijah goes to him and it's like, okay, listen, I know you're mad at me. I know you think that I caused this great pain for you and your country, but this is the Lord's judgment, and you're living with this, and you're going to deal with it. I want you to bring all of the country, get all of your prophets, all of your people, and you're going to show up on this mountain, and we're going to have a showdown, okay? So here's what happens. Let's go to the word. So Ahab summoned all the people of Israel and all the prophets to Mount Carmel. Then Elijah stood in front of them and said, "How much longer will you waver, hobbling between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, then follow him." But the people were completely silent. Then Elijah said to them, "I am the only prophet of the Lord who is left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Bring 2 bulls. The prophets of Baal may choose whichever one they wish to cut into pieces and lay it on wood at their altar, but without setting it on fire. I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood on the altar, but not set fire to it. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call the name of the Lord. And the God who answers by setting fire to the wood is a true God." And all the people agreed. So yesterday we read about God's judgment on Israel's king for them basically succumbing to pagan worship. And this is the same thing that happens over and over and over and over and over again. Israel doesn't learn, and this king is one of the worst offenders of it. So Elijah once again approaches this wayward king who accused him of being a troublemaker, and Elijah wasn't having any of it. So he does this. They meet on Mount Carmel. There's 850 false pagan prophets from these two different religions, and his words speaks for themselves from the passage we just read. So imagine the amusement, likely discussed from the king, but the amusement of Elijah when all of this starts to go down. They're calling for fire. Nothing's happening. It's just total comedy at this point for Elijah. He's sitting back there watching. Then all the water pours on. He's telling them, you need to do this. And spoiler alert, nothing happens for the 850 prophets. But for Elijah, when he steps up to the plate, God's power is displayed in incredible way. Not his own, not Elijah's own power, but God's power. Don't forget, they're in the major drought, and he pours water on the wood and on the sacrifice, a precious resource at the time. 3 times all over the wood makes it even more difficult for it to catch fire. Then he prays the Lord, who responds in a major way by flashing down fire from heaven upon the bull and the altar. And the people were so amazed that they fell face down immediately and called out to God, the one true God. They needed this major reminder to get back on track and away from the debauchery that had gone down hand in hand with pagan worship. God showed up in a major way, and it's this showdown that happens time and time after again when you put worldly resources up against godly resources. God's resources and power always outlast the world's wisdom and power, and that's just what we need to rely on. So if you're going to rely on things, don't put all of your money and resources and efforts, even though there's tons and tons of more prophets and only one may be left of God's. Go with God's people. Go with God's wisdom and power. Study this book. Get everything you can out of it and invest in that and put your money there, because I'm promising you, you put your trust in the Lord, as we say so many days, put your trust in the Lord. That is where you're going to see your faithfulness. That's where you're going to see your resources go the furthest, because God can bless them unlike any other source. Okay? Put your trust in him and don't look back. Have a wonderful day.